Hi guys, welcome back. Today I was hoping to do a review of all the books I read in 2025. I initially had a goal of reading 10 books in 1 year, but I read 14. So I was so happy about that. Normally I'm a bit of a slower reader, so I wasn't too sure if I was going to make it to 10, but I made it to 14, so I was so excited. But yeah, I just wanted to share what I read and kind of give you a review of each one, and hopefully I can kind of convince you guys to read those books too. Then I have more people to talk to about the books. I have all the books down here you can't see because it's a special reveal. The first book is Someone Who Will Love You in All of Your Damaged Glory. This book was amazing. First of all, this book is by the creator of BoJack Horseman, which is one of my favorite shows. Depressing, but one of my favorite. So this is what originally drew me to this book. But yeah, this one was a really interesting one because it's a series of short stories, not actually a whole novel. And each story is kind of about like love in some way, but they also have like a darker sort of undertone to them. I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars. I mean, I didn't rate anything under 3 stars. That might change. There's no linear story or anything. It's just a lot of very interesting ideas happening in here. So I do recommend. Yeah, so that's that one. It's got a cute little broken egg. Second, I read Wicked. Yes, so I'm a musical theatre girly. I love Wicked. I always have. But I never really knew about the book. Like, I didn't know what the vibe was with it. The vibe is very interesting with the book, by the way. Let's just say this is not a family-friendly book. It is nothing like the movie. I rated this one 3 out of 5 stars originally, but now kind of looking back, I'd probably rate it like a 2.5 or a 2. I did not like this book. I would recommend it if you do really love Wicked. It gives you some really good insight into like how the story has like evolved. Do not be deceived by the cover. Glinda is barely in this book. If you're just a normal like reader, I would not recommend this. If you really love Wicked and you're over the age of 18, go ahead, read it. But otherwise, look into reading literally anything else. Wicked. Thanks, Wicked. Third thing I read this year, which was definitely a bit of a turn from Wicked, The Younger Wife by Sally Hepworth. I really like this book. And you know what? It really surprised me because it looks like, you know, a bit of like a just girly pop book. And it is. But it navigates like a really interesting topic in like relationships. And also it has a really interesting premise. Like the younger wife, there's these 2 women and their dad marries a woman that's the same age as them. And it follows like those 3 women and what happens with them. So yeah, I do really recommend this book. I rated this 3.5 out of 5. It's not one of my favorites. I would say this was a good book. I do recommend if you are just like a regular kind of book girly and you're just looking to read something quite short and easy. Yeah. Next, I love this book so much. This book made me want to write a book. Like, why am I writing a book? I don't know. Sally Rooney, Beautiful World, Where Are You? This book was really, really amazing, but it really, really surprised me, to be honest. I've read Normal People. I hated Normal People. That's probably one of my least favorite books. I probably need to read it again, but I read that like a couple years ago. I hated it. So when I picked this one up, I was like, maybe I'll try it out again and like see how I go. I loved this book. This was a 5 out of 5 for me. I would probably rate this like a 5.5 if I could. It was amazing. And I don't think everyone's going to say the same thing as me. But this book, oh my god. The tears, I teared out of my face. It was amazing. I do really, really recommend this. If you like all of the books they sell at Big W, please read this. You will love this. It's about these 2 women, a guy friend and then another guy friend they meet, which sounds like a average book, but like the happenings that happen are just amazing. I want to read this again for the first time, so I recommend this 110,000%. Take it in. Now we're getting to the big kahunas. You already know what this is. Everyone already knows what this is. This is Akata If you're a woman, you've definitely seen this on Instagram or TikTok. If you're a man, beware. Sorry. These books are amazing. Amazing. My favorite book set I've ever read. If you're looking to get into like a series and be committed, and you're looking for something that's exciting and would actually keep you reading, here you go, babe. They follow the main female protagonist. Her name's Feyre. She's a human. And I say she's a human because they have fae in this world, which is not like fairies as in like flying fairies. It's fairies as in like magical beings. So if you're like a fantasy person, 110,000% recommend Sarah J. Maas. Anything that Sarah J. Maas writes, amazing. She's so good. I love her. A Court of Thorns and Roses, aka ACOTAR. I gave this one a 4 out of 5, which I think is pretty high. That's pretty good. This is definitely such a good introduction into like the whole world and the rest of the story. We get introduced to Feyre and all the other characters. I don't want to spoil anything. It's just so good. Please read it. 4 out of 5, very good, but I like did the ratings after I read the whole series, so that's why this is 4 out of 5, because it gets better somehow. Second book, Mist and Fury. This one I rated a 3.5. No, I didn't. I rated this one a 4. I'm just making things up here. I found myself kind of lulling in the middle. I definitely put this book down a lot and then had to pick it back up and put it down and pick it back up. I just couldn't like... There were little kind of bits where I was like, But then it picks up and it really picks up. So 4 out of 5. Still would recommend. Wings and Ruin. 5 out of 5. Genuinely 5 out of 5. Who would have thought the third book in the series would be a 5 out of 5? But this book, she's big. But she is... When I tell you, this is like a climax in the whole entire story. So there's a lot happening in this book. There are bits that are a bit slow, but I don't even care because the emotions I felt at 3 a.m. reading this, happy and sad, amazing. It was just amazing. It's all flooding back in, all the memories of reading this. It's so good. Okay, this one is Frost and Starlight. This one was really good, obviously. I rated it a 4.5. It was really, really up there. It was very good. But the thing is, it's really short and it's not 100% important for the whole story. I don't know. It was kind of giving a bit of an intermission almost. It was still really good and I definitely recommend reading it along with the series. But if for some reason you didn't want to read this, I don't think you really 100% have to. But I do recommend it still. Finally. Silver Flames. This book follows the sister of Feyre. Not family friendly, by the way. None of it really is, but this one especially. Proceed with caution. 5 out of 5 though, still. 5 out of 5. This book was amazing. It was just... I don't really have any words. It was just amazing. Like, it was just so good. And the perfect finale for the series so far. I'm so excited to see what the next book is whenever it comes out. I don't even care. I'm still going to be patient. So, yeah. Please read ACOTAR. I need to talk about ACOTAR with more people. Please, please read ACOTAR. If you're going to read anything that I recommend, please read ACOTAR. Last but not least, Sarah J. Maas again. Who would have thought? I read ACOTAR, fell in love, and now I just read another Sarah J. Maas series. If you know Throne of Glass series, you would know that this is not the full series. I'm still reading it. So I can't give you a full review because I don't even know what happens next. I purposely avoided all spoilers because I will not let anyone spoil this series for me. I would say this series is not as good as ACOTAR, but it is still amazing. Like, if ACOTAR was like 5 out of 5, this is like a 4.5 out of 5. Like, it's still so good. I've read the first 5 books. They're really good. They're all really, really good. And it's still really good. Even I'm reading the 6th book as well. All so good. I keep forgetting the names of all the books, so I'm a fake book girly. Sorry. First one The Assassin's Blade. This is the prequel to the rest of the series. So I actually accidentally read this fourth for some reason. Don't understand why. I saw one like Reddit post that was like, read it fourth, and I just believed them. So that was a bit weird. But read this one first or second. This one I gave it a 3.5. Just because, again, I read it fourth, so that's kind of my fault. I think this book gives such a good, like, obviously, like, backstory to why our girl Selena, who is the female protagonist, why she is the way she is. It was really good. Don't really know what else to say about it, but wasn't my favorite book in the series? No, but it was still really good. So, yeah, Assassin's Blade. This is technically the first book of the series, Throne of Glass. So the series is called Throne of Glass. This is the intro to everything. This is like the start of the main story. This one I also rated 3.5, just because, again, it kind of like wasn't my favorite book in the whole series, but it was so important and so good. Third book in the series, Crowd of Midnight. 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, I read this whole series on my Kindle. I bought these books off Facebook Marketplace for like $2 because I loved collecting books. And obviously buy secondhand, please. I would say this is more of like a sort of like a transition between the first book and the third, because the third one, a lot is happening. So Crown of Midnight, 4 out of 5 stars, very good. Everything's very good. Heir of Fire. This is where the real everything starts to go down. Everything's starting to go down. It's 3.5 stars out of 5. I did find myself putting this one down a lot as well. There was a lot of lulls in it, and it bounces between our protagonist, Selena, and another, not main character, but another character. There's a lot bouncing back and forth, and I sometimes struggle a little bit with remembering what's going on. But that's a me problem again. So yeah, this is a really good book. A lot of stuff starts happening. Yeah, really recommend this one. I kind of am recommending the whole series. I can't just recommend one book. Like, I'm recommending the whole series, but obviously some books are better than others. Number 14, Queen of Shadows. Another one where like there's a lot of stuff happening. This one's the most fresh in my mind, I would say. I rated this one 4 out of 5. So it's getting better. Like, things have happened in this book. Very important things have occurred, and very important things are revealed. So definitely not a series that's going down. It's definitely going up. But yeah, that is so far Throne of Glass. With that being said, I was so happy with all the books that I read in 2025. I was so proud of myself for actually not only reaching my goal, but actually beating it. Yeah, hopefully this year I can get to my 15 books, maybe even surpass it. At the moment, still haven't finished one, so really gotta kind of speed up a little bit. But yeah, that's my book review. I hope this was like kind of helpful. I have like regained my love for reading in 2025. Yeah, I found myself like reading instead of scrolling on Instagram, and like I genuinely barely go on Instagram anymore to scroll, only to like post or like look for a bit. It has made me so happy, feel so much more present, and feel like I'm actually accomplishing something that's both recreational but also fulfilling a goal, but also making me happy. So I would really recommend look into reading again if that's something that you used to love as a kid. I guarantee you that love did not fade. It was just on pause. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. If you watched all of this, I really appreciate everyone that watched like the last video. I know it can be a little bit like awkward sometimes, but I am challenging myself with this and just wanting to kind of get back into being more confident in front of like a camera and just talking about nonsense, because let a girl speak nonsense sometimes. I already am feeling like I'm making a bit of a difference. So I really, really appreciate everyone for like, if you're watching or like, I don't know, if you just like care even a little bit, thank you so much. Yeah, so thanks for joining me. See you in the next one. Bye.